Hi, first graders. This week we're going to learn all about shapes. So if you open up your book to page 12, there's a shape page that is all about geometric shapes. Now, geometric shapes are shapes that have a name like a circle, square, or rectangle. What I want you to do is I want you to fill out this page and I want you to draw your own unique drawing, only using geometric shapes. Now you can see mine and I drew a castle, but I want you to get creative and I want you to make your very own drawing. And once you're all done drawing it, you can outline and color it in. Welcome to day 2 of art. Today we're going to make our own tangrams. So what we're going to do first is we are going to color in the shapes with all different colors. I chose to use markers. If you want to use something else, that's great. Tangrams are a Chinese puzzle game, and they're used to make all different types of animals or different structures like a house or a rocket ship. So what we're going to do first is we need to color in our shapes. So you can see I outlined first, and now I'm going to color in nice and neat. You're going to fill out the rest of these, and then we're going to grab out some scissors in a bit. Alright, now that we are done coloring, we are going to cut out our tangrams. So you're going to rip out the sheet from your sketchbook, and what I like to do first is I like to get rid of all the extra paper around the edge, so I'm going to cut out the square first. Once you're done cutting out that square, you are going to cut each individual shape, and you're going to try to stay right on the line so that it can be nice and even. And this will definitely help later when we're trying to put our shapes together. Okay, now if you open your book to page 16, you can see that there is a pre-made tangram of a cat already, so you can see how it fits together just like a little puzzle. If you flip over to the next page, there is a boat as well. Now, if you want to come up with your own tangrams, like you'll see me do in a second, that's great, and you can figure those out on your own. Or you can also Google different tangram scenarios, and there will be many different kinds on Google if you type those in. So you can see I made a rocket ship. Here I'm going to make a tree, and the next one is I'm going to make a little house. So I hope you have fun with your tangrams today. Alright, first grade, hopefully you watched that video on Sonia Delani so that you can get inspiration for your project today. So what we're going to do is you're going to start by going around your house and trying to find some shapes that you can trace. So you can see I have all different circles. If you would like to use rectangles or triangles or a combination of all of those shapes, that's great. I'm just going to start with circles. So you can see that I'm starting with some different colors. I'm going to start overlapping, and I'm going to try to fill up my entire paper with all of these different shapes. After I fill up my paper with shapes, I'm going to take a straight edge and I'm going to divide up some of those shapes. Here I'm going to start to color inside of my shapes. Now I'm going to try to have my colors be all spread out. So my red's never going to touch my red, my green's never going to touch my green. You might want to leave some shapes open because tomorrow we're going to watercolor the background. So if you want to watercolor some of this, that would be great. But as you can see, I'm using all different colors and I'm trying to make sure that none of them are touching. right, first graders, welcome to day 4. Today we're going to watercolor. So instead of coloring in our backgrounds, I thought it'd be a nice touch to watercolor instead. And it's going to give us a chance to slow down and really make sure that we're filling in our shapes really nice and neat. Now again, I'm going to make sure that none of my colors are touching. So for example, I'm going to try to put a purple where there's not a purple shape, and same thing with all the other colors. So I hope you have fun trying to watercolor around all of your different shapes today, and I can't wait to see how these turn out. All right, first grade, to end off the week, I thought we would make a sculpture. So this is called a found object sculpture, where you're going to find different shapes and different things around your house where you can make them into a sculpture. Now, a sculpture is something that you can see from all sides. Now, this sculpture you won't be able to save forever, but that's okay. Sometimes art is not permanent. And as you can see, the different images that are flashing up on the screen are things like cups or blocks or toys that you already have. And I want you to challenge yourself today. And maybe you want to make the tallest tower, or maybe you want to make the longest, or the most colorful, or one that has the most toys in it. Okay, so I would like you to try to make all different sculptures, and maybe you make one, or maybe you make a couple, and I can't wait to see how these look when you guys are done.